The first thing to understand is there are lots of people in this world, and from the time we're young, we have desires and wants, but what about what we really need? From our small point of view, can we really know what we need? Probably not. The thing to understand is that God sees the whole picture. He has an individualized plan for each of us. He sees the end result. Think of it this way. When the gardener comes up with a plan and he sees what he wants to do to make this significant garden, he sees the end result. He measures the area, decides where to put the plants and how to grow the plants, and only he knows the end result. Let's relate this to us as people. We are born and given certain circumstances. We are the plants. God's garden is the earth. Now the cool thing is that the gardener of this planet is very powerful and full of wisdom. At first he made the earth, then people, then animals, and now the trick here is that every living thing that God created has free agency, which comes into play very importantly. He waters the plants. Or if we're talking about people, he blesses his creation, which is us, and watches it grow. Now he knows the outcome at the end, but because of free agency, he can only do so much, because he loves us and wants us to grow on our own. Everyone has desires for things that they want or think they need, but we have to remember God is the supreme ruler, and his plan is what will take place whether we help him or not. We get to choose to be part of God's plan or not. But in reality, whether we choose to or not, God is going to use us, all of us. Down here on earth, we only see the short term, and because of that, we lust over things that we think we need, but really what we need is almost never what God gives us until it's on his terms. It is our job to be God's hands and mouthpiece to fulfill his purpose. Something that you have to understand is that God will make a way. He is the gardener, and his master plan will unfold according to his will. We are just vessels in which God uses to fulfill his great plan. We can go against him all we want and complain that life isn't fair, and curse God for what we don't have, or we can choose to be grateful for what we do have and make the most of it. Remember, only God knows what we need, so we should never question it. Every day we make choices, and those choices are crucial to the end outcome, but we can relax knowing and having faith that God will come through. He has proved it time and time again throughout this world. Love is the keystone of God's behavior. Our love for God is why we do what we do, not to please ourselves, but to give thanks for the one who gave us life. Without him, we are nothing, and would have never been. Because of God, we live forever, and this earth's life is only temporary, but so crucial to God's plan, and we should never question it because we will never know in this earth life what the gardener is planning, but we can rest assured that it is good. God has given us all that we will need, and if it be his will that we need more, well, only God can determine that. And once this is understood, you can have peace and patience knowing every day is leading you back to him, and every day your life is being carried out in the best way possible that God sees fit.